All right, everybody, we're back here talking about Notability. So we're going back into Notability. Uh, this time, just to give you an idea of a couple things that you can do for organization purposes. I currently use the Scannable app to be able to get some of my documents in here that are going to come in as a PDF. As you can see, this one is my tax unit review, although it does not have that title. So I'm going to put that title in. So I'm going to edit. Once I am done clicking that edit in the upper left corner, now I've got the options of clicking, and it gives up my keyboard. Now, if I click a couple times, it'll give me the select or select all. So I select all. I'm going to hit the delete. I'm going to call it my tax unit review. So that way I know that it's my review for the entire unit. Then in the upper left corner, I hit done. Now it's entitled tax unit review. Based on the different times up at the top, you got your name, your modified date, and created date. So those are three different ways of organizing it. So you can choose to do it by the name. In other words, numbers will come first, then alphabetical. Modified date, which means what was the most recently modified, and your created date. So when it was actually made, the earliest is down at the bottom up until the most recently made document. Now, as you can see over here on the left-hand side, I've got all notes, unfiled notes, and I got my consumer math notes. So just to go through my consumer math notes, I have a drop-down arrow that pops up here. I get that by doing this. So if I put that plus sign there, you see the pop-up, and it gives you an option to create a subject, or I can create a divider. So a subject is actually the different sections underneath the divider. So the divider is like my consumer math here is a divider. So if I were to create a new divider, just to give you an idea, I'm going to have geometry A this coming year. So I'll have geometry A there. Now, within geometry A, I can add a subject. So let's put in chapter 1. Done. All right, so this is one of the things that I've noticed with Notability that's a little odd, is it does say that that subject already exists because it's in a different subdivider. So I'm going to say Geo chapter 1. So for geometry chapter 1. Now that'll work. That's something that's different than what I have. Under each one of these different things, you can also edit things. So if I want to grab the chapter 3, I can select it and move it to a different location. Very simple. I can move it into different dividers. I can move it back into the divider that I would like it in. You get the options to change you can put a color in, you can put a password on it, okay, and you can delete it. So different options there for access and usability. So definitely something interesting there that you can use. You can talk about manage accounts. You got different ways to connect things. You can auto back up to the iCloud. You can put it into Google Drive. You can have themes, document typing, handwriting. I mean, all kinds of different options, guys. I actually turn this one on, the iOS sleep timer. I keep it awake so that it doesn't time out and doesn't log me out of my iPad while I'm working. It's very useful. Really easy to name things. Just edit, and then you click on it. You can basically rename something real quick, select everything. It's awesome. So enjoy the ability to organize in the Notability app.